Ice Tea Man is back. Another beautiful day. I didn't lock my chair, so it's wiggling about. The screechiest chair in the YouTube game. Oh, so cold. It actually has ice. I was having the fridge really on a high setting, so it made ice in the iced tea. So it's nice. Nice to have this. I'm still cold. I'm going to sell this camera tomorrow, and yeah, that's gonna be nice. It sold faster than the other camera, even though the other camera is a bit more new and also uh, better in some ways. It's in many ways it's better. It comes with a wireless microphone like this one, but a bit better, and yeah, better specs. Except for the fact that it doesn't have interchangeable lenses. What it can do, is way better. But if you want a studio camera, this one is better. I really like when people try to negotiate with me and I start taking things off of the package and they are like, "Oh, that's not how this works." And I'm like, "Yes, it is. If you want to pay less, you get less." And they change their whole thing all of the sudden. They go like, "Oh, I'm gonna lose this and this and this if I ask much for that much money." Oh, okay. And they start to see the value of things, and it is quite funny to see their reaction. Plus, it's a truly a fair deal because I'm subtracting exactly how much things cost. And of course, if you're selling like a laptop, but even with a laptop, you can take off like the charger, you can take off the accessories if it has any. And yeah, slowly but surely, you're gonna find yourself with the person being like, oh, okay. You can just say, okay, you can have the laptop, but no accessories. That means no charger, no mouse, no nothing, just the laptop, no box, nothing. And they're like, oh. And you don't even get say it at their price. You make the price higher. So if they say, oh, it's you say it's 3,000, and they go like, can I have it for 250, 200 and 2,500, and you say you can have it for 200 2,800 without any accessories and without the box. So no charger, no mouse, and no box. And they go like, no charger, no mouse. What? It's funny. And yeah, sometimes they are okay with it, and you might be like, oh no. Like a guy said to me, I was selling the other camera, and I said no, but without the microphone because I actually like the microphone. And I made the price higher than his. So he was like, again, lowballing me with the price on the thing, and I was like, sure, I can do that price, but without this thing, and this thing, and without a microphone. So basically, just the camera. And yeah, he didn't respond after that. But I'm like, I'm not in a hurry to sell anything. They're not gonna stay there forever, and I'm not in a rush. I can spend a month or two just sitting with them. They're literally not taking any more space than anything in the house. So it's just a small little box like this. Why would that bother me? Like it's nothing. And it doesn't really lose value that fast. If I don't sell it in a month, it's not gonna I'm just gonna get someone who's gonna pay what I ask. But people think just because someone's lowballing them that that's the actual price. When in fact, you can see that there is demand. Whenever someone messages you, there is demand. And if there is demand at a lower price, there is demand at your price as well. Of course, if you're irrational with things, you're not going to get the money. Like there is another guy selling the same camera for more than it is new just because you can't find it new. But I'm selling it for less than what's new than the price that you get it from the store. Because why would I sell it for more? It's like it makes no fucking sense. Yeah, I cannot put a lot of energy into my videos right now. I'm trying to. I'm trying to put a lot more energy and put a lot more speed into my words, but I haven't woken up yet. And not only did I not wake up, but I'm still sick, which means that I can't really speak that fast and with that much energy. But I'm trying to, and I'm trying to keep this cadence. I've I was trying to be a bit more relaxed, but I remembered that I had to do this experiment if I really want to improve my level of awareness around speaking in front of the camera. My level of consciousness, baby. And yeah, that's exactly what I'm gonna do. And hopefully today I end up doing something productive as well. I don't even remember what I did yesterday. Oh, I went to my mother's place. So yeah, I filmed over there and I filmed outside as well. I was kind of desiring to film outside again. I feel like that's the next step to try to film with this energy and this cadence, film outside so I gain a bit more out of it. Because it still feels a bit awkward to film outside. So I want to generalize the habit and put myself out there in more scenarios so that I can speak better on camera even when I'm outside or no matter what where I am. So yeah, I don't know how that's gonna play out. I was thinking yesterday that I should, but I forgot. I was thinking yesterday that I should film outside in the morning as well. Just go out in the park and film there. But yeah, I didn't because I forgot. I'm too sleep. And just like that, another beautiful night is over. Another beautiful day, I mean, is over. I haven't done too much today because I am still exhausted because of the cold. I did, however, last night get the fan, which is nice because I don't want to die of heat exhaustion. So I got a fan, which is super nice. And also, what did I do? What else did I do? What else did I do? I bought some pineapple juice. I washed Sophie, finally washed Sophie, so she's clean and nice and shiny. And I got some very interesting ideas about why I think I am very, very different than other people. It's just because I actively do not trust any of my thinking or any of my sentiments, any of my feelings. I don't trust them at all as a given. Like whenever I get a feeling or I get a thought or a rationalization, I don't trust it. The immediate reaction is I don't trust it. And then I start to look at it and see if it is useful or if I want that emotion or that way of thinking. And if it's not useful and I don't want it, I just leave it. I just go away. Because I I don't feel like my thinking and my feelings are my own. They just come to me. It's not as if I'm generating them the way I generate these ideas right now. I'm putting myself in the situation and I'm trying to get to an idea because I've put this pinpoint. Oh, I need to talk about the thing about the feelings and I put that pinpoint and I start to walk in that direction. So I gave them direction and then all the other things come, the emotions, the speaking, the rationalizations, they come. But I decided on the direction. Usually the way it works is you don't decide on a direction and a lot of thinking comes in and a lot of emotions, and they just come in because I don't know why, but I cannot trust them because I did not set the intention of going in that direction. And sure, they can be good proxies for not having to always be like, oh, I want to go there, I want to do that. But you can still be careful not to trust them as much because I don't think sure, they come from inside of you, but so many other things come from inside of you and you don't treat them like they are gold. Like, honestly. So they just come to you. It's not as if you generate them through your own will or something like that. They just come to you, and what the only thing that you can do is exactly what happens when a thing from the outside happens to you, like an event or somebody tells you something or somebody does something to you. The only thing that you can do is react to it. But we tend to view it differently. I do not view my own rationalizations and my own ideas and my own thinking as my own. It comes to me. And what I have to do is filter it down, chop it up, and only keep the things that I like. Because, well, we know why we get bad ideas sometimes. It's because we've put a lot of bad things into our mind. We've watched the wrong things. We've been friends with other people. And sometimes it's just because we have faulty logic. We have a faulty mind. And it's the same with feelings. Like, why should I trust my own feelings? Why should I trust my own mind? Because it doesn't seem to be trustworthy. None of them. The feelings and the mind are not really trustworthy. They don't exude this confidence where they are like, oh, if you trust me, it's going to be okay. No. So I don't. I treat them as if they are coming from the outside in, not from the inside out. So I treat them as if someone else is telling me that exact thing that I'm trying to convince myself of. And how would I react then? If it was not my idea, would I react the same? If it didn't come from me, this feeling that I have, would I react the same? Would I trust it as much? And the answer is always no. I do not trust my own judgment. I do not trust my own ideas. Everything is based on a criteria of usefulness or desire. Do I desire to feel like this, or do I desire to have this judgment or this idea into my head? Or is it useful? Is it useful to have this feeling? Is it useful to have this? So usefulness and desire. Because sure, like, it's much easier if you always distrust it, even if it's a good feeling. I sometimes, well, most of the times, distrust even good feelings or good ideas because they can be better, like, or they can be bad, and you don't even realize, and then you go like, oh no, that was so bad. Why did I trust it? So I never trust it, no matter what. But because most people, they either, there are a lot of people, but most of them don't trust their negative feelings. They kind of do, but it's very awkward. But no matter what you do, you shouldn't trust positive feelings or bad feelings. You shouldn't trust good ideas or bad ideas. What you should trust is your, like, analyzing it and judging the judgment, let's say, or the feeling. Well, sometimes you don't even need to do that because your mind tells you, like, this is irrational. Even though I came up with this idea, it doesn't make sense. You have the power to do that. You have the power to hold two different perspectives into your own mind at the same time and like play in between them so that you get to a better idea. I think it's called gestalt therapy. So yeah, it is what it is, and I think that's what kind of makes me a lot more different than other people. I don't really think it's better, but it does make me very, very different. And yeah, I try to base my, everybody says this, but I try to base my ideas and my feelings based on proof. And even if I have proof that I should be feeling bad about a situation, does that bad feeling matter? Does it help me to do anything? And most of the time it doesn't. And that's the idea. Like, I'm willing to forego proof for usefulness. So you might have the proof that everyone doesn't like you. Is that useful? No. Why would that be useful? Like, how can it help you? Like, sure, it can help you, like, being by saying, oh, I need to change. But beyond that, it doesn't help you at all. If you keep on having this feeling for the rest of your life, you wouldn't gain anything. Basically, it's not useful. And or I'm angry at this situation. Is that useful? To be angry at that situation? Do I desire to be angry? Because sometimes you do want to be angry at something because you want to take a different action, and the anger justifies the severity of the situation. And sometimes it's useful to be angry and show other people that you are angry. So but you have to take it as a decision. That's the whole point. If you distrust every emotion and every judgment and every idea that you have, your mind and your feelings, if you distrust them, then when you want it and you accept it, it has so much more power and you have so much more control over it because you've chosen to believe truly that that emotion is justified and that idea is worthy. And yeah, I think more people should do this. And if I would call upon my dear German friend Immanuel Kant, Immanuel Kant, and I would call upon his wisdom. The idea that he said that imagine if everybody would do this, so generalize it and think if you would live in a world like this, would it be a better world? And I would say yes. If people would distrust their feelings more and their ideas and their judgments more, and they wouldn't jump immediately just because they have that idea and that they have ownership. They take instant ownership of their own ideas and feelings without like distrusting them first. A lot more things would be better and people would be more happy. I think that there is a lot of happiness and freedom in realizing that your emotions come to you. They don't, they are not yours. They just come to you. And the same with your ideas, because you can be tormented by some ideas and they just come to you. You don't choose the way you think. You don't choose what ideas come to you. You don't choose what sentences you form. They just come to you. And of course, if where are they coming from? And I know it's a very philosophical, but it doesn't really matter where they come from. If you do not, if you, even if you were to control every emotion and every thought that you had, would you still be would they still be trustworthy? I don't think so. So, and that is not the case. The underlying feeling is that you do not have, you do not come up with those ideas. You do not come up with those feelings. They happen to you. It's like rain. It just rains on you. What you can do is open the umbrella. That's the idea. It's like a force of nature, and people treat it as if it's something more than that, something that they have more control over when they don't. Thank you for watching and see you tomorrow.